Green, we're live. Hello, everybody. This is Danny
and Wanda
from Deep South Homestead. We are going to do our live stream today because yesterday it was just the weather was just too bad, and we had some really horrendous weather come through everywhere.
Hey, Florida homesteader.
And really, I'm trying. Y'all guys, I didn't realize the camera was where it was at.
He's trying to fix it.
I'm trying to fix
it. Jeremy and Carol.
Yeah, give me just a minute. I got to looking and the camera was way off.
Taryn and Denise.
There we go. It's a little bit better. Make it look like at least we're looking at you and not staring off down into way blue yonder.
So look, I have bell peppers that Danny picked yesterday. Dressing and dumplings that I froze at Thanksgiving. So I took some out for Christmas and I'm still eating on them. I have a wrap that has some of our meat bird chicken and some of my lettuce that I just picked yesterday. And a piece of my coconut, what do I call it? French coconut.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. French coconut.
She keeps wanting to say French vanilla because she uses French vanilla in her coffee.
Yeah, French coconut pie.
And I'm about to sneeze, and I hate it when I feel a sneeze coming on and I can't sneeze, and it'll probably happen at the most awkward moment.
All right, what you got?
I've got her coconut pie here that she was talking about. I've got the same. What do you call this?
Oh, that's a
I knew it was gonna happen.
That's a squash puppy.
Okay, squash puppy.
Yeah. It's like a hush puppy, but or a
okay.
fritter or whatever you want to call it, but it's got squash in it.
And I have my homegrown lettuce. We have our own lettuce here, which is doing fantastic, by the way. And then I've got the chicken salad stuff that she made, and green beans because I love. Well, these are actually these rattlesnake beans.
No, I think those are just regular
green beans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because those are like 3
It feels good because it's getting cool outside, and the plate is actually warm on the bottom of my hand. It feels actually pretty good. But no, we had some violent weather come through last night. Now, it didn't actually come over where we live at here, but
my hometown got it.
Her hometown that you saw with us in Columbia, most of the whole town is underwater at this point, and lots of places, bridges.
A lot of the streets.
Streets are flooded, houses are flooded, bridges are washed out. Hattiesburg
got a good bit of water.
Hattiesburg, all up to college and all that's all underwater. I was looking this morning. There's just lots of places, lots of water damage this morning.
It's in the houses. They're not underwater, but it's in the houses.
That's called being underwater.
Well, technically.
Technically, the whole roof's not underwater.
My sister's driveway's washed out.
Yep.
Where we went to my aunt's wake, the bridge out there was already out, but they had a right of way where you could go around it, and it washed all that out. So the bridge is out now.
Yeah.
So they got almost 9 inches of rain. That was like before 2 o'clock.
That was before 2 o'clock this morning, and the worst come after 2.
So I don't know how much they actually got total. I haven't talked to anybody see total after the fact, but 9+ inches of rain overnight.
Yeah, in a 10 to 12 hour period. Yeah.
And we got just a couple of inches, right?
We got 1.5 inches.
Okay, so we didn't get that much.
No, it's just a normal thunderstorm for us.
It stayed above us, the majority, and these areas that it flooded are on tributaries off the Pearl River.
Off the Pearl River, yeah.
So the Pearl, if it rains above Columbia, it all comes down the Pearl and it all hits and it goes around Columbia, Foxworth. All those areas end up with lots of flooding when it happens.
Yeah. So, Jennifer, this is just I'm guessing this is Jennifer. It's just a green leaf lettuce. That's all it is. It's
curly leaf.
It's a curly leaf.
Well, I don't know if it.
It doesn't call it curly leaf. It just says it's a green leaf lettuce.
Yeah, because it's real curly, but that's why I call it curly leaf lettuce.
Yeah, but it's so tender.
Yeah, it's not as thick as a iceberg lettuce or anything.
Well, there's no romaine lettuce left in the stores anywhere.
Yeah.
And there's no anything that had romaine lettuce in it's off the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
So lettuce, iceberg's about the only thing you can find in the stores now. But we raise our own lettuce here anyway. We don't really go to town and buy any lettuce because it's not necessarily.
Denise Nash said as of January 2019, she's going to be Homestead Cafe.
Oh, wow.
Good deal.
Everybody's changing their names.
Everybody's saying your daughter's saying more rain coming. Yeah. What, in the next 3 or 4 days?
Today, yeah, after today, we've got 6 more days of rain coming, I think. So I figure what's going to happen is the thing's going to get out in the Gulf and back up as a warm front, more than likely. But
yeah. Okay, Jamie Fortenberry's close to Columbia. Her rain gauge says they got 10.5 inches, and her house is near Columbia, but she didn't have any water in her house.
Yeah.
And I know approximately where she lives, so yeah. A lot of it was the streets around the library. The whole part looked like it was underwater, and you could see the high school out from the picture that I saw. The high school is up higher, so it probably didn't have any water, but the streets around it probably did.
Yeah.
Somebody was actually canoeing down the street headed toward the high school. Just saying. Yeah. And the park was to the right.
Yeah, there's a lot of places. Of course, Columbia is known for flooding anyway.
Homestead Homemaker said a mouse got in their greenhouse and ate their spinach. Danny put our spinach in containers out. Was Amanda here?
Now, me and Amanda planted it by the barn, and it was up beautiful. And the rats ate it.
So he went out here and planted some, and I've actually got spinach off of it, but it's like something keeps eating it.
Something keeps eating it, yeah.
It did get up pretty good size, and I managed to get leaves before something else did.
Yeah. Yeah, the leaf lettuce is the one lettuce we found here at Deep South Homestead that really, there's several different varieties of leaf lettuce. I've grown the deer tongue, the oak leaf, and then there's just the green leaf lettuce. I've grown bib lettuce before. Oh, that seems to do pretty good. And iceberg lettuce, no. Romaine does fantastic here.
The Oklahoma Rock says they had earthquakes this morning and 26 degrees.
Oh, wow.
The Living Garden says, I'm tired of mud. Well, that seems to be the going thing right now.
Yeah.
Ours dries up pretty fast because of the sand. So we don't have a lot of just mud, but what comes in my house ends up being sand.
It's sand. Yeah.
And I can sweep the floor, and if somebody goes out and comes back in, you can sweep it again. It's just like you've been to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's almost that bad. I have sand really, really bad.
Jen says, can you start lettuce right now or not? Yes, you can start lettuce right now. You just have to be kind of careful with it because if it's young and tender and it freezes, it can kill it. Mm-hmm. You just have to bring it in if it's going to get below freezing.
Yeah. Thank you, Patty. She says she loves us and blessings.
Oh.
I can't remember if I had any Christmas cards I did not show.
I can't remember.
We might have got 1 or 2 last minute, and if I did, I'm sorry I didn't show them because I thought I had everybody shown. I just can't remember. Yeah.
I mean, I'll take this time personally right here to thank each and every one of y'all that sent us cards. Mm-hmm. Those of you who sent us gifts. Everything was just very well accepted. We appreciated everything. Mm-hmm. And you all will never know. This is the funny thing. You will never know that a lot of the things that were sent was actually, yeah, you got it. Was actually,
I could feel I could find
was actually stuff we needed. Mm-hmm. And we were short on. And we were fixing to have to go to the store and buy, and which meant that y'all were following God's will, and thank y'all for that.
Yeah, and so we've got somebody sent me a big thing. I got several things of candy corn. I got a big round thing of candy corn that a lady sent, and I don't think I showed that. And I got a box that had candy corn. I can't remember if I showed all that or not, but I did.
You didn't show the big round candy corn thing you got.
I know that, but I did get that. What else did I get? Oh, for my Christmas, I actually got a set of pink tools, mm-hmm. A pair of coveralls that are camouflage coveralls, the insulated kind of like you go hunting, a new coffee pot. I got a little bitty, the 2-cup coffee pots. Mine is like 6, 7, 8 years old. I don't even know how old it is. And so I told Danny I wanted a new one. It's actually in the cabinet. I have not used it yet. I'm waiting on the old one to just kind of kill over.
Yeah.
And so I've got it as a backup. What else?
Oh.
I was trying. There seems like the freezer. The freezer's
Oh
my
yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, we just got a new freezer.
Mhm.
That's yeah.
That was, and Danny got a log splitter, and he wanted things like walnuts and apples and that kind of stuff. So we did that kind of Christmas for us this year. It was things that we knew we needed here on the homestead and that would come in handy. So no jewelry, no nothing like that.
We don't do stuff that's not beneficial on the homestead usually.
No, I do like jewelry, but
well, I mean, she likes
one
jewelry.
of those that you never see me unless I'm just going somewhere special that I put jewelry on. I'll put earrings on occasion, but I'm not a big. I don't wear a lot of jewelry all the time, so there's no point in him spending money on me on jewelry 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Every 1% he could.
Every 1% I could.
Mm-hmm. I'm just hinting.
Oh yeah. But I'm sitting here trying to watch the chat.
Denise is the one that sent it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
Denise,
didn't have two of those flavors, so those two I'm putting in little jars and adding to my stash, my display. And then in the box of candy that somebody sent, there was 2 or 3 flavors in there I didn't have. So I should be getting close to 40 flavors of candy corn. That's just remarkable. And most people keep telling me they did not know there was that many. I did not know it either. And then somebody had asked about popcorn. They said, "Well, will you start collecting different flavors of popcorn?"
Well, we're probably going to grow our own popcorn this year. I've grown some popcorn in the past.
And we have seed.
And we have plenty of seed, but I've never actually, how would I really say this? I've never actually tried to ramp up on a lot of popcorn seed from my own growing of it.
So we might.
But I think this year I might do that. I think I might. After going through all of our seeds, yesterday and today, we realized that we're pretty well stocked right now. So we're not hurting in that area too bad. So.
And last night we popped some more popcorn. And y'all, I don't know if you don't eat popcorn very regular, it kind of gets addictive if you kind of space it out. And when we popped it on the last live stream, I believe that we did during the day,
we did.
I couldn't quit eating it.
Yeah, I actually made some. Was it last night?
And we made some last night.
Yeah, I made it last night.
Danny ate for a while and then got up and walked off and left it with me. And after a while, I said, "You just have to get this bowl and move it." I said, "Because I'm gonna sit here and eat it all." I mean, it really is addictive.
It is.
I mean, you can't stop eating.
It is. It tastes so good.
Steve, Danny has not seen the write-up on the black hogs because I just saw it earlier, so he has not seen it yet. He's been gone for a while.
Yeah.
Deep South Bama says his son gave him a Henry lever action carbine 22 Magnum. Carbine.
Yeah.
It's
a 30 caliber.
There ain't a BEAN in there. There's a BINE bind.
Well, it's called a carbine. But he's got his in a 22 Magnum style instead of the 30 caliber. I used to have one. Mine had a 50-shot banana clip with it. Christy said we had a small Christmas, but it was a good Christmas.
Where and how do you store seeds? Well, that's going to be part of a video coming up Monday.
Yeah.
We're going to show you one part of our seed storage.
Not all seeds store this away, but it's one part of our seed store.
And then maybe sometime in the future, because we've got to go through seeds in the next couple of weeks, we'll show you the others and what we do. But yeah, that's part of what we're fixing to start working. Homestead Homemaker says they have an air popcorn. Yeah, I've seen those.
I've seen those. Yeah, it's like our air fryer. It's just made for air popcorn. For those of you who follow us on Patreon, I'm going to have a video coming up here pretty soon on Patreon dealing with climate change, the future of our country, stuff like that. I'll be coming up on Patreon here pretty soon. Working on it now, trying to get it all together. And thank you all for those of you who have gone over to Patreon and supported us over there.
And it's a little different from anything that would be on Porch Time.
Yeah, it'll be different than what was on Porch Time. Yeah, it'll be more in depth because I have a little more freedom over there than I do on Porch Time.
But Porch Time will continue.
Porch Time's going to continue. Yeah, we'll still do Porch Time. That's not a problem.
Let's see. What is your favorite things to grow?
Corn?
No.
I love growing corn.
You do, but mine would be, I don't know. I like the unusual. I guess being able to grow a pineapple. I like
growing lettuce.
I like to be able to have the apples, the blueberries. I like the fruits, I guess. I love to be able to walk outside and get a strawberry or a blueberry or a blackberry, the apples, the figs. Any of the fruits would be my favorite thing to grow. That would be what I would like better.
Yeah. That's the one thing about being over on Patreon. We have a little more freedom to do some things over there. We've got some butchering videos over there.
Butchering videos coming up.
We've got some coming up. We have just a little bit more about our intimate personal life over there. You know, things that quirky little things, I guess you might call it.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
I don't like to do blogs, I guess you would say, that much, but every now and then over there I'll throw a picture up and I'll do a little bit of a write-up. It's easier for me to do it that way than it is trying to have a whole separate vlog account, because I tried that in the beginning and I just couldn't keep up with all of it. So that gives me a little bit of space. Or Danny, if he wants to just type in something, he can throw up a picture and type in something. So it's kind of an all-around combination. And right now, we're just trying to fill it out. We would like to do a live stream over there at some point, but right now we don't know how. We've not figured it all out.
No, we can do it. It's not a problem. I know right where to go.
Do we go through YouTube?
Go right to, I clicked on it the other day and looked at it. I got to go back and look at it again. But you know, it's up there at the top where you click on it. It shows you the movie screen and all that.
Yeah.
Andrea wants to know, how do you get to Patreon? patreon.com/deepsouthhomestead.
Yeah. Right now, we're not doing that many videos over there.
We're not doing a lot.
It's probably 4 a month.
Yeah.
And I might have done 5 because this month I'm trying to fill it out. It's according to what goes on, but our butchering videos for sure. And I have, I think, 2 or 3 butchering videos that I will be making over the next month to 2 months. It's according to how much time I have to get them ready. And we'll put those up over there. And then the other videos would just be whatever we decide to do.
Yeah.
So that's part of it.
Do y'all grow grapes, Debbie said. No, we do not grow grapes. I'll tell you why. We grow muscadines here because if you grow a grape here, there's so many muscadines that grow wild. All they'll do is cross-pollinate with the grapes, and you don't really have a grape. You got a cross between a grape and a muscadine. So we grow strictly just muscadines here.
Okay. Somebody I was trying to find. Sharon says, I have a fig tree in a pot. I've been keeping it watered, but the leaves keep falling off. So what's wrong with the fig tree?
Well, it's wintertime is one thing. It's time for them to fall off.
Yeah, and like ours have no leaves on them whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a problem till it gets springtime and then they start coming back out. Then you don't want them falling off.
Right.
Danny, what kind of onions did you plant and where did you get them?
I have several different kinds I have planted. I have the red candy onions planted, which is a hybrid. I grew them myself and set them out. We still have a bunch.
From seed.
Started them from seed. We still have a bunch more of them to set out. I have the Yellow Granics, Texas Legend, and Southern Belle, which is a red onion, and all those come from Dixondale Onion in Texas.
Yeah, type in
Just
Dixondale.
type in Dixondale, and it'll come up in Texas.
Dixondale onions, I think is what I typed in.
Dixondale onions in Texas, and it'll come up, and they'll ship them straight to your door. They're very reasonable. I think we planted 300 and something of them. I think the lorries across the street from us there, they planted like 700 and something. So
they're planning on eating a lot
of onions. Yeah.
They ate a lot of peppers this past year.
Yeah, they did fantastic this past year.
Is it too late to start onions?
No, not for spring planting. It's not.
Okay.
Adam says, "What is the best time to plant potatoes?"
I don't know where.
Adam, right there.
Plant potatoes, yes.
Depends on what part of the country you live in. We're in Zone 8. We will be planting ours probably the last of January to the first week or so in February.
Yeah. Our fingerlings are already sprouting, so he's got to get them in the ground as soon as it's physically possible.
Denise says, for whatever reason, my onions rot. Now, do they rot in the ground or do they rot in storage? Because some onions are made for storage and some are not. If they're rotting in the ground, it's because the onion is underneath the dirt and it's staying too damp.
The onion needs to be on top.
The onion needs to sit completely on top of the ground. Only the roots grow in the dirt, not the onion. And Lori says, how about potatoes? What kind do you use? We grow two kinds of potatoes here. We grow the red Lesotho, Irish, we call them Irish potatoes. They're a little white potato. And then we grow the fingerling potatoes, which is a Russian fingerling potato. It's a little white potato. And then, of course, we grow sweet potatoes, which is not really a potato. It's a tuber.
Yeah. She said in the dirt. So she might have her onion in the dirt.
Yeah, if your onions are rotting, you have too much dirt around them.
Pull the dirt back and leave only the roots underneath the onion in the dirt. She says she's been planting them too deep. What varieties of onions are best for storage? The Valdea?
No.
Oh, you can't string them up. I freeze everything, so I don't know. I don't hang any up. I freeze all mine or dehydrate.
Hold on, let me catch Dolly. You jumped way down past a bunch of questions.
Okay.
Are there any seeds you want to try? Not really, because I don't guess, is there? I mean, we have everything that
we've been trying and experiment with a lot, and we're going back to a lot of what we originally were growing and grew best here.
There is a seed we're going to try this year. It's called the red roaster pepper.
Yes, that's a new.
We have about 3 of them planted in the greenhouse, don't we? We're experimenting with.
Yeah, and they're up pretty good.
They're up pretty good. They're trying to bloom. They're wanting to bloom. But that's the only thing I can think of would be the red roaster peppers.
Another one said they know why the living garden there's rot. Yeah, we had to learn that the hard way.
I learned it the hard way. The variety of onions is better for storage. Usually, I mean, there's so many different varieties of onions out there. For me to sit here and tell you which variety, I can tell you it's not going to be Vidalia. None of your big giant onions are going to be good for storage. More likely, your better storage onions are going to be your little small dark red onions or your little small hard white onions that are very tightly bound and they're kind of small and they'll store for a pretty good time. But usually when you go and look at onion varieties, it will tell you the storage on them, whether they're good or whether they're not good for storage.
Yeah. And hey, Grizz, he's back on Grizz.
Living Garden says, do y'all grow radishes? Yes, every year I grow Miss Wanda some radishes every year.
Yeah, because I like radishes, and I love them in a salad, so we do try to grow some. Valdea does require refrigeration.
Yes.
And usually I just slice those up and put them in Ziplocs and put them in the freezer. All right. So we did this past year, our onions did better than they've ever done before. And so we're hoping to exceed that this year.
Yeah. Onions require a lot of water and a lot of nitrogen in their growing season. But as they begin to mature, you want to pull the water away from them and the nitrogen away from them and just let them grow on their own, sitting directly, because you want to be able to look out, you want to be able to see the whole onion sitting on top of the ground with nothing but the roots in the ground.
And where we are at, sometimes the ground washes, so Danny's trying to get his up on beds.
Well, it's a good thing now because water's standing on both sides of the bed.
Because if not, it washes everything around our onions, and he can pull it back and it washes it back, so it's a never-ending thing. So he's got.
Dolly says, "What are your favorite radishes, Ms. Wanda?"
I like the ones that are red and white. I don't know the names of them because we planted 2 or 3 different kinds last year, but one of them was a red and a white, and the other one was solid red. Couldn't tell you the names.
We just have our seeds we've saved. And
radishes is just radishes.
They're just little, some of them are long and narrow, and then some of them are just perfectly round.
I like the little round ones that don't get really very big. They stay, about quarter to 50-cent size, and they a little bit of a tang to them. Food forest permaculture. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
We're planning on trying. I mean, right now we've got chard, which is doing fabulous.
Oh, our chard's really doing good.
The cabbages are starting to head, but they're really slow. I mean, they should already be making a head by now, but they're Danny's fertilized. They've had plenty of water.
Well, it isn't that. It's the reason I'm going to be doing the video on Patreon is because of the way our garden's growing. I was talking to the Lorries this morning. They're experiencing the same exact thing. I talked to my neighbors about their pastures for our ryegrass and all. All that's is going to be in this video about why we're not getting grass for the winter cows. Grass for cows in the wintertime does not grow right.
Yeah.
Why our plants are suffering and stuff like that. It'll all be on Patreon in a video over there explaining some of what's going on.
And that icicle radishes, that was one of them. I do remember that.
Yes.
When she said that, I do remember that was the name. Our cabbage is got little bitty heads starting. What else we got? We got
broccoli.
The broccoli hasn't done anything.
We've got 2 different kinds of broccoli. We've got the big heading broccoli.
And the little salad broccoli.
And we got the salad broccolis out there.
They're up pretty good size. They're just not producing yet.
We've got collards. We've got kale. We've got
like I said, we've got a little bit of spinach.
Spinach. We've got 2 or 3 kinds of cabbage.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch of green onions, a bunch of garlic.
We've got the walking onions.
All that we can eat off of right now.
Yeah. We planted like 4 or 5 different varieties of garlic.
Danny picked a whole bunch of bell peppers yesterday, probably 6 or 8. They weren't huge, but they were probably this big, and so we're still eating bell peppers.
Well, in the winter months, you're not going to raise big bell peppers. You're going to have smaller ones, but they're going to be hard, and they're going to be thick-walled, and they're going to be just delicious. They're asking, Janie Fortenberry said, any big projects for Deep South Homestead in 2019? Yes, there is. We got to finish the barn. We got to get the cattle side of that done. We're going to rebuild our smokehouse.
And hopefully have a whole bunch of babies.
Hopefully we're going to have a bunch of babies coming on. We're going to be butchering some hogs.
Probably have more turkeys born.
More turkeys. We have turkeys sitting on eggs now, so they should be some being born.
And if anybody in our listening area wants to buy some turkeys, we have 5 that we're thinking of selling.
We got 5 grown birds. Some of them are already laying. We have 2 hens and 3 gobblers.
And the 2 hens are laying age. They're actually trying to lay and set now. So if somebody wanted some, otherwise we've got to process those 5. We like, I don't like beets. Now he likes beets, but we haven't planted beets since 2013 because we planted and jarred a whole bunch of beets, and I still have a jar left that he hasn't eaten because I don't eat them. Red Duchess has got softball size heads. Wow.
Wow, nice.
And Time to Sow says her sugar snaps and her lettuce are looking beautiful. Now our English peas is probably what, maybe 4 weeks?
3 to 4 weeks away.
We'll be planting English peas.
Debbie said, "I'd like to see y'all make cracklings. Don't we have a video on making cracklings?"
I thought so.
Yeah, we made cracklings here about a month or so ago, about 2 months ago.
Probably 2 months ago. In our lard video, we probably showed at the end the cracklings, if I'm not.
Yeah, because cracklings come out of making lard.
Yeah. Roasted beets are awesome. See, I'm just not into that, and I don't like sauerkraut.
No.
I don't like most fermented things. The only thing I really care about would be pickles and things like that, and we really don't ferment them. We just pickle them. I don't do pickled beets or pickled eggs or, all that. What age do the turkeys start laying?
They start laying
6 to 7 months.
About 8 months, 8 to 12 months old. They'll start laying.
And ours are 7 to 8 months.
Yeah, there's the ones that you got from us, Scott, should start laying.
What is your favorite food to grow there?
Oh.
I thought I answered that a while ago. I like fruits.
She likes the fruit. I love the fruits too. I love the peaches.
Yeah,
I love our peaches. I love our apples. I love our blueberries. I like growing my muscadines. I love growing sweet potatoes.
Yeah, now his got to be sweet potatoes. He likes every time he sees those potatoes. But actually, he likes his Irish potatoes too because he can walk through Irish potatoes because that's one of the first things that we have in the spring that are actually up, beautiful, and going. And he just, every time he walks through, he's just oohing and ahhing over how tall they are and how pretty they are. And just, I guess the Irish potatoes are one of the first things that we can really just
the Irish potatoes are one of the first things that we actually get to enjoy here at Deep South Homestead.
Yeah, and Time to Sow said, thank you for the blueberry video.
You are very welcome. When do you put your sweet potatoes in the ground to start growing slips? I usually put mine in the 1st of March. Last of February, maybe the last week in February. Depends on the weather now.
Wow. David picked his Danvers today, got 73 at 9 pounds out of 1 18-gallon tub. So he got, I'm assuming you got 9 pounds of carrots is what he's saying. Is that right?
Yeah, he pulled 73 carrots that weighed 9 pounds out of a
18-gallon tub.
Out of 1 18-gallon tub. That's awesome.
That's really good to grow them in a tub like that. We ought to try one of our tubs with carrots. I mean, for summer carrots.
For summer carrots, yeah.
Just see how they do.
Yeah.
Nelson said, hi from Wisconsin. He gave his parents some Cherokee tan pumpkin seeds from us and showed them the videos. They can't wait for spring. His dad doesn't like fermenting either. It tastes like silage. Well, I've never tasted silage, but I know what it smells like. So
yeah, I've done too many cattle farms and dairy farms. I've smelt and worked with silage. Do y'all sell sweet potato slips? Yes, we do. We
will probably around, what, March?
Sometime in March. April? March to April, we'll be selling them, yeah.
Maybe April to May. I don't remember. It was some in that time. It's according to how soon we get them started.
Yeah.
I can frozen blueberries. Didn't we try that? Didn't we take some out of the freezer and can them?
I
think so. I'm
not sure.
I don't remember. But I'm almost positive I did. Because when we pick them, I didn't turn around and just do them fresh. I'd have to go back and look at my video because we keep.
Yes, you did. You did can frozen blueberries. Yes, you did.
I think so because I think I.
We have a video on it.
I think so. We have a video on canning blueberries. Go back and see if it shows me doing the frozen blueberries. I'm almost positive. I haven't canned any in a couple of years. What I do now is I'm leaving mine in the freezer, and then I make jams and jellies out of them. So I've not just canned whole blueberries in a while. I don't remember. When do you normally start your sweet potato slips? February?
The last of February, 1st of March.
I think we started them earlier than that because you remember Off Grid Nation came a couple of years ago and we did them when he was here. And I want to say it was the end of.
Yeah, but we did those in the greenhouse.
Yeah, the slips were in the greenhouse.
They were in the
That's
greenhouse,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't start the others outside till later. I see it.
Till later.
Tanya says I have Cherokee tans all over her house. Just keep a check on them.
Keep a check on them.
Most all of ours lasted for approximately nearly a year, but the last ones we picked this time, I've had one or two that I had to do early because I started noticing soft spots. And I've got two here that haven't gotten them yet. So they're still hanging in there.
Yeah, we still have, what did we find a while ago? 9 gallons of blueberries still in the freezer?
It was a lot.
I think we still have 9 gallons of blueberries in the freezer, yeah. And they're great for making jams and jellies and stuff like that.
A lot of them are the really good berries for I like them just making blueberry pies or just if you want them, like you mix up something and add blueberries just to eat fresh, they're perfect. If you like fresh blueberries, and you like them in your slushies or whatever they call smoothies or whatever they call them, they're perfect for all of that. Oh, now we got Al.
Danny, when do you need to plant potatoes, and do you have some for sale? I do not have any potatoes for sale. In the Deep South, it's very hard to keep an Irish potato where it won't ruin on you. Normally what we do is we go up here, Steve, up here in town to Hudson's or any of your stores that sell seed potatoes, and we usually will buy them, usually buy ours mid-January to the last week in January, I think it is.
We buy about 40 or 50
We buy 40 to 50 pounds at a time.
Yeah. Okay, we do grow comfrey, and right now we're not selling it, but if we can get it going, really, I've split mine right now. So
yeah,
if it does what it did the past year and it splits again in the fall, we may sell its roots or crowns, I guess, whatever you want to call
crowns,
it.
Yeah.
Because it does. Ours is block 4. It does not seed. It's just a plant.
Yeah.
We love the pink lemonade blueberries. Yes, I've seen a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Those don't grow real well here, but further north they do. Yokohama says they like blueberries in their oatmeal. That's the way a lot of people do them.
A lot of people eat them that way. I used to eat them that way all the time.
I don't eat oatmeal that much, but when I do, adding it to it's okay.
Beth says, oh, hey, Beth. I seen you in earlier. I was going to say hey, but you got past me. Danny, how are you doing eating the lard? I'm doing a whole lot better eating lard than I ever was eating coconut oil.
Or olive oil.
Or olive oil.
Yes.
I'm telling y'all, this is something that they put out there that they claim is so much more healthy for you. I just don't know if it's true.
Yeah. Right now, a lot of these fads where everybody's going to eating certain things and they're calling them the next whatever, and everybody jumps on this bandwagon, whether it's olive oil or coconut oil or it's what's some of the.
No, they do have some good properties to them.
Yes, they do, but every time you get too much of a good thing in your system, something happens. You get it out of whack one way or another. So we're trying to start limiting a lot of things with him, and that was one of them.
Your body is designed to have a certain amount of fat in it.
Mm-hmm.
It needs it. Your brain has got to have fat to work. You have to have fat in reserve to have energy. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's all this. The doctors keep raging cholesterol. Your body needs a certain amount of cholesterol. And granted, there is some DNA out there in people that says you're going to have some trouble with cholesterol, and maybe olive oil or coconut oil is fantastic for you. I'm a tall, thinner person. I have a very high metabolism. I burn tons of energy really fast, so I can't do those things. I mean, I need the fat in my system.
Okay, so somebody asked what we were having for sale at the gathering. March the 9th here at Wiggins, Mississippi at Stone County Fairgrounds. We are having a gathering, and we are inviting anybody that wants to come free of charge. we are going to be selling jams and jellies. Right now I have huckleberry jelly. I found more huckleberries that I didn't know I had, so I will be making more jelly. I have blackberries that I will be making jelly out of, and like you said, blueberries. So I'll be making jam and jelly probably from the blueberries, and that will probably be about all I'll sell unless something comes up between now and then. Just really not into having too much there for sale that I know of. Unless something comes up, seeds, we may have a few seeds or something if we have something different, but we're having a seed swap. So everybody, if you have seeds, please, if you're going to be coming, fix them in packages to swap. Anybody that would want a booth to sell something or show how to do something, contact me at deepsouthhomesteadgathering@gmail.com. What else? Trying to think.
That's about it.
Is that covering most things?
There'll be music. There'll be
Roots and Refuge is going to be there. Lots of other channels. We've got a lot of channels coming. Lou just popped in.
I seen her when she came in.
And
food should be catered.
Any spoons left on Etsy? Not right now, but he's
I'm
working
fixing the
on
house
some.
some more. I'm fixing the house some more up.
So we're going to be. He's trying to work that in. He's doing spoons and the spatulas because he added this flat-handled. I mean, it's a flat spatula thing. It's not for flipping eggs. It's more for stirring.
It's a stirring spatula. Yeah.
So he's added that, and more of those will go up hopefully in the next few days. So just keep your eye out.
Steve, I saw Steve had a question while ago, and I missed what it was.
You may have to.
What kind of fertilizer we put on our potatoes? I remember now. We just use triple 13. That's all. It works fine for us.
Yeah, the white picket fences, they always use margarine, and one day they started with butter, and they feel better.
Margarine
started to lose weight. Yes, margarine.
Margarine is one molecule away from being plastic. It was actually designed to feed turkeys, and they found out that it was destroying the turkeys, so they decided to sell it to humans. How about that for a winner on you?
That's the way they do most products.
I know it. It is.
It's not good for an animal, but let's feed it to the humans.
We have an over surplus of aluminum, so let's start putting it in food.
Yeah. Yeah, Lou says you got to be ready to hit buy when those spoons are on there. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because most people are sitting waiting, and when I put, they're hard to make because I can't make many at a time.
And I usually only he might get 3 to
4 of them at a time. I think this time I'm only gonna have 2 here. I think pretty soon I'll have 2 ready.
And then how many spatulas? 3 or 4?
I'll probably do 3 or 4 of the spatulas. I think I'll have time to get them in.
Beth says she got back from the doctor and they're fussing about her cholesterol's too high. Oh, that is funny. Everybody's cholesterol.
Yeah.
Yeah, and real butter tastes better anyway. And we're hoping this year to have milk from goats and possibly cows. We just don't know. All 3 of our goats look fat and healthy. We're not sure if it's from
just eating too much or if they're
going to have babies in 2 months. Our babies should be here by March, or the middle of March anyway.
Yeah, we're hoping it's going to be after the gathering and not before it.
Yeah, and then the cow.
We don't even know about the cow.
She is so big and robust right now, and it's really hard to know. But cows go 9 months, so we really won't know for quite a few months with the cow. So that's one of those. Oh, I do know. We may have moringa plants for sale.
If they get coming up good, yeah.
Yes, I did plant.
They've been planted. Let's put it that way.
I think I planted about 15 or 20 moringa plants or seeds. So we're going to see if we're going to have some moringas for sale. Hopefully we'll have seeds there, at least some in the seed swap, and may have some for sale for those that, and I'm not sure. It's just according to how many moringa seeds we end up with.
Yeah, Kay Garvin says canola oil is mostly GMO. Canola oil is also the same thing they run in engines up in Canada and stuff. You can run a motor on it.
Yeah,
so
out of Canada.
I don't eat anything they can run a motor on.
Yeah. All right, so what else we got going on? Anything else right now? We got a lot going on. It's just
Well, if I say anything else, I'm gonna give away a lot of stuff, so I can't really say some things.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
we're going to be on tomorrow night if it's not raining. Now that's one reason we want to pop on today
Yeah,
because
that's one reason, because the weather's supposed to be bad again tomorrow night.
every Saturday night it wants to be bad.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and be on Saturday night. And Saturday night we want to talk about 2018, what we set out to do, what we actually did, and our plans for 2019.
Yeah.
And that's going to be kind of what tomorrow night is going to be about, because I went back and looked at one of our videos at the beginning of 2018 and we had 5 goals, and I'm going to write them all down and we're going to see if we met them. We're going to see what we changed and what we're going to do different in the next year. So
I'm just sitting there reading comments.
Have we ever
I'm not avoiding anybody. I'm just reading.
Have we ever raised quail?
Yes, I have. To me, it's not worth my time and effort, based on no more meat than you get and what amount of feed you have. They're very tasty, I will say that. They're very tender. So I don't have anything against anybody who wants to grow them. It's just not for me.
Will moringa grow in Ohio?
Moringa will grow anywhere in a container as long as you can keep it inside during the winter months.
Yeah, if you put it in containers, you can take it in and out most places. Mandy says, hope everyone had a great person, is looking forward to the new videos in the new year. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, looking forward to new videos.
Danny, do you make your own lard or do you buy it? We make our own lard.
Yes. And we hope to have some shortly when we get into the butchering of the pigs. That's something coming up.
Let's see. Danny, what's your favorite onion? To be the Vidalia onion is my favorite.
Have you ever planted peanuts?
Yes. Yes, we have a video on peanuts.
2 different kinds.
2 different kinds. We have regular, the Virginia Fancies, and the jungle peanuts.
Mm-hmm. And we may plant some this year, but we canned off the Virginia Fancies. We canned so much in 2000, maybe 15 or 16. I think 15. That would have been before YouTube.
Yeah, we
didn't show that video because we weren't doing videos.
But we do have one on there because I remember I showed the turtle was coming out of the ground eating.
That was the jungle peanuts.
That was the jungle peanuts. Yeah. The Virginia Fancies. I don't think we might have a video on that one.
That was before we planted some.
But
we had so many that we canned, and we still have.
We still have peanuts canned everywhere.
So we haven't planted anymore because it's, you know, if you can rotate year to year.
Now we may plant some more this year because I might try making peanut butter. Yeah,
that was the one goal that we didn't do. We canned everything and didn't think about making peanut butter that year. We eat boiled peanuts, yes.
Yes, we do eat boiled peanuts, and they are delicious. We have them canned in our pantry in there.
You can't eat just one. They're like popcorn. Once you start eating them, if you have the taste for them. Now, a lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't like that taste, but I do.
But it tastes like it's like a pea, like a garden pea.
It's like a cooked
like a dark garden pea.
Like what would you call it?
Field pea.
A crowder.
A crowder. Yeah.
It's like a.
And they are delicious. I mean, and some people put spices on them.
Oh yeah.
They boil them. Some people just boil them with salt. Either way, I love them boiled in salt, but you can Cajun them up or whatever.
Yeah.
Explosion in Queens, New York. The sky is up. Lit the sky blue. Okay. So we'll have to check that out in a minute.
Well, Pia, let me explain something, y'all, about peanut butter right quick before we get off of here. Any person that I've been affiliated with now, and this is just something I come up with on my own. There's no research behind this or whatever. This is Danny theology, okay? Any person that I've ever been affiliated with that ended up with pancreatic cancer, anytime I ever seen those people, they had peanuts from the store in their hands. They were either eating the peanuts roasted, or they were just buying peanuts in the store already manufactured. And I did some research into it, and there is a yellow fungus that grows on peanuts that actually causes pancreatic cancer. And the one thing we like about the jungle peanuts is that yellow fungus does not grow on the jungle peanuts. So that's one reason we like the jungle peanuts rather than the regular peanuts that you buy out of the store. Because peanuts have so many chemicals sprayed on them that they're extremely toxic unless you raise your own.
Yes, and
I'm trying to read all these comments while
are we going to build a root cellar at the cabin? No.
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 It's just going to be a cabin setting just for getaway. It was a transformer fire, they said.
Okay.
And somebody's saying it was a power plant.
Yeah, that blew up in Queens.
So it was some sort of something blew up, either a plant or a transformer. Someone said they make powdered peanuts.
Is how to store them for peanut butter.
Wow, I hadn't thought of that. You could parch them, I guess.
Parch them and just grind them up.
And then store them and then make, because I think it was Azaleen saying she makes her own creamy, crunchy peanut butter from powdered peanut. That's pretty cool. I hadn't thought of that.
Bria said his dad died from pancreatic cancer. The only nuts he ate were cashews.
Yeah, I don't know about, does cashews have that?
I don't know if cashew carries that particular yellow fungus or not. Regina White says, wow, I love peanuts and just went through cancer. Mama said, I tried to grow peanuts, but some of them they didn't fare too well. Peanuts need extremely sandy soil. They don't need a lot of heavy fertilizer or nitrogen because they make their own nitrogen in the soil. Jan said, I like parched peanuts. I love parched peanuts. Saddle Ridge says, my favorite nut is almonds. Well, mine's pecans, but I eat a lot of almonds. And I have to be careful because almonds are really hard on the kidneys because they're high in oxalates.
David asked, do we grow celery? I don't like celery, and Danny doesn't like celery. So no.
Well, it wouldn't grow here. It doesn't grow here anyway. It's too hot. And I don't particularly care for the taste of it.
I don't know exactly what blew up. Somebody said it was a transformer. Somebody else said it was a power plant. So not sure. Probably a transformer of some sort.
It was probably in a substation. Something in a substation went off, more than likely.
Because when they say a power plant, a substation is technically a power plant.
Yes, that's what,
So, just saying. That comes from my past experiences with substations and electricity. Rubber boots are her favorites to wear. I'm not sure what that. Okay.
Parched peanuts and baked sweet potatoes was a Saturday night treat for us. Loved it. Yes.
Oh,
I love a good baked sweet potato.
All right. Living Garden says she got a large bag of pecans, but they are small ones. Any advice on cracking the little suckers? Danny's got some of them little suckers.
Danny's got about 5 bags of them little suckers in there that I got from a subscriber, they are so good.
They're the best tasting.
They are the best tasting pecans.
He's got that little cracker.
My dad built me a homemade cracker, and I use it.
You can adjust it for little ones or big ones, and then he has the little pick. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe we ought to do another pecan cracking video shortly and show how to do that this week.
Maybe I probably might want to do that.
Show some of the bigger ones, some of the smaller ones, and what you're doing.
I don't have any bigger ones left, and I cracked them all because they were the easy ones.
Oh, well, he'll show you the little ones.
Sharon, no, we do not grow rhubarb here.
Are we adding any new veggies this year?
Actually, guys, this is one of the reasons I'm doing the video over on Patreon. Our time for growing our food for storing up is getting to be extremely short now. So here at Deep South Homestead, we're probably not going to be trying a lot of new varieties.
Not experimenting as much.
And we might try 1 or 2.
But we're ramping up.
We're ramping up.
What we know we eat.
Yep, what we know we will eat and what has been proven to work here.
Do we ever go deer hunting? Yes. We've been one time this year. Our tent set up and all, our deer blind.
Lots of deer have been coming in there. We probably have 1,000 pictures of deer.
Yeah, we have pictures, but
we don't have the freezer space for the deer.
And we went over there and we just watched. That's the extent of it. We're not actually hunting right now.
We've got so much meat right now stored up until for us to go kill a deer would be senseless. I mean, it's not going to make us any more sustainable.
Okay, so she says she has like the little hand cracker thing in the pick, so
Oh.
she knows what the picks are.
Yeah,
the hand cracker they'll roll through.
You're gonna work yourself to death. You need one that kind of got a lever that pulls down on it and it breaks, and you can just got a box. You can put the shells on one side, you can put the nuts on the other side.
Yeah. How long for the Cherokee tans to mature? From
about 100, somewhere around 100 to 125 days, somewhere in that area.
You'll know when they start turning orange, get orange streaks in them and stuff.
Yeah. We can most of our deer meat, Deborah says. We've got so much canned meat right now, so.
And I've got to can more.
We've got a lot more to can. We have 2 large hogs, probably 200 and 300 pounds each to butcher.
So it can't all go in the freezer.
No, we got to can some of that. We'll have lard, we'll have bacon, we'll have all this kind of stuff coming up. Sausage, yeah, we're gonna be making turkey sausage. We got so much to do.
Yeah, and somebody says, can you can deer meat? Yes.
Yes, you can can deer meat. Yes.
Just almost any kind of meat. I canned
you can can any kind of meat.
Turkey and chicken recently.
You can can horse meat.
Well, you could, but I don't.
That's what they feed dogs.
I know. Just, no, okay. Now I feel like a whole lot to learn about gardening in a year. Pray I can get better at gardening.
Well, I think that's probably Jennifer. Yeah. Jennifer, sweetheart, we do our best on here to try to help as many people as we can. And there's going to be a lot of things on Patreon. It's not going to be on a regular YouTube channel. We'll share some things over there that we don't share here about being more sustainable to face the coming grand solar minimum and food shortage. There's serious food shortages fixing to come, so you know.
Let me find out. What kind of plastic would you use for a DIY greenhouse?
What kind of plastic would you use? I use 4 mil construction plastic, like goes underneath the bottom of a house, or greenhouse plastic, either one.
Country girl says, "What
time is dinner?" I hear you, girl. We just finished.
Or dinner, if that. I mean, we think dinner is now, but people call it lunch. So.
Time to sow. I just got some Opalka paste tomato seeds. Any reviews?
We tried those.
We tried those. We actually grew them. They were really, really good tasting. They don't have many seeds in them. They do better in cooler climates than they do in the southern climate. Isn't that what we sent Amy up in New York? I think I sent her the Opalkas.
I think so.
Yeah, and they just had them in abundance up there.
Yeah, and somebody saying they would like a pantry update. Probably that will be on Crazy Days because I've got to do a few videos for Crazy Days, and I'll probably show the pantry, what it looks like right now, going down to the cellar, bringing up more. On Monday on Deep South will be the freezer video, freezer organization type video. What else?
No, we have not canned fish. We do not eat canned fish.
Somebody says it falls apart. And I can imagine because anything you can has to be canned for an hour and a half, and fish just isn't meant to be cooked that long.
Tamara, your situation is one that we're dealing with Amanda from Freedom Acres with right now. Amanda's a single mom trying to homestead, and she's getting a little freaked out about it in many ways because she has no one as a sidekick either. And we're trying to...
You have to learn to do what you got to do in place and just not let yourself get overwhelmed. If you can't get to it, back off, rethink, and work with it. Getting overwhelmed causes you to shut down sometimes. So
Saddle Ridge says they're going alone as well. It's better than not homesteading at all. Mm-hmm. And that's one reason I moved, some different people around us here is simply because I'm sure I would love to have a community, guys. If I had the money, I would buy 1,000 acres, and anyone who's single and having a hard time like that, I would just bring them in and, so we could all be in one big giant area, but I don't have that.
So have some place to go, but it's just hard. We can't do it.
I don't have that kind of money, and I would do it if I had the money. Matter of fact, we looked at a piece of property this past week.
$1.5
million for enough land to do what I was talking about. That's a little bit out of my budget.
Yeah.
Dolly says, "How is Hank doing?"
Hank is
Hank.
We are going to have a video on Crazy Days shortly. I've been putting it off because I hadn't had time to get it edited. But y'all will see him be a jack in the box. Just giving you a little teaser.
He has learned to become a jack in the box.
And I've got video of Danny playing soccer with him. I think I've got video of me playing soccer with him. I can't remember I've had it for 2 or 3 weeks. I just hadn't had time. We've had all this going on. So now maybe things will slow down. I can get back to normal and Crazy Days will continue. Y'all just have to go over and sub to Crazy Days and keep up with me and give me time to catch my breath and get going again. Okay.
Country Heart says, being a single mom sucks sometimes. Oh, yeah. Mark is telling y'all the truth. Use 6 mil UV resistant 4-year rated greenhouse plastic for long-term covering. Yes.
Tamara said her Christmas card is about community homestead. I think I got it. There's 2 or 3 that I might have got that I laid in yonder that I didn't show, and yours is one of them, I believe.
Grizz says, is Hank gonna end up in freezer camp?
No. He ain't got enough meat on his bones for nothing.
He is so wired and so hyper. He's just solid muscle. He has no fat on him whatsoever. That dog can outrun a deer.
He is so fast. He's like a greyhound. And I mean, I never would have thought he would have looked the way he's looking.
No.
And the speed he has.
The speed that animal has.
Jack in the box.
Now his ability. I'm telling you, he can jump a 5-foot fence and don't even think anything about it.
Y'all just wait.
He's just like a deer.
Plus, Hank got some toys for Christmas and some snacks. And I think that's part of the video.
It was, yeah. It's part of the video.
He didn't get a lot, but I need to fatten him up before I butcher him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna do it.
Bumblebee, we did get your Christmas card. I do
too.
remember seeing it. Yeah, so we're going to show them.
I'll have to look for tomorrow night and see if I've got the ones that I hadn't showed yet. Hello, Drive Shaft Drew. That's a mouthful.
Drive Shaft Drew. Just got to say it fast. Drive Shaft Drew.
Yeah, I said something I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Florida Homestead says they got a small greenhouse for Christmas. Our little greenhouse is still nothing. The wind, the rain, nothing's messed with it.
It's about time, Amanda. We were just talking about you.
Now she had to go back and watch the whole thing.
Now you've got to go back and watch the whole video because we talked about you in this video.
But my little greenhouse, where it's sitting, has weathered everything for the last 3 months.
Yes.
Has it been up right at 3 months?
Probably.
I don't have a lot in it, but the flowers that I do have in it are growing fabulously. I've got 2 or 3 other things. I'm going to start some herbs, and it's just not time yet. So we'll see how it does.
Florida Homestead says, my cur dog can clear a 5-foot fence also.
So that must be something in the breeding.
It's in the breeding. I'm telling you, these are fantastic dogs. Yes, really, Amanda. Oh, we were talking about you bad.
Yeah, so, okay. There's 2 other things I really need to mention right quick.
Okay.
One is the T-shirt that says "Garden Like Your Life Depends on It." I don't have it on right now, but a lot of people asked about it, so it's in most all our videos now. I'm going to have to go back to the live stream and see because it doesn't pick it up on the live stream. I have to add it in. But any other video has the "Garden Like Your Life Depends on It" T-shirts. We have a lady that's making them. So you'll have to contact her, the email address, all the information's there. So that's one thing. The other is Amanda and I are doing another oil study in January. So if anybody's interested in the oil study, they have to let us know now so we can get the samples to them before the study begins. And I have a new person that's helping me with the oils. Her name is Daisha Cronier. And Daisha, I don't think she's on here right now, but I should have let her know so she could pop in and everybody could say hi. Dacia's kind of helping me with that part of it. She's doing talking to people, sending out things, helping me keep up with the essential oils part of it right now. She's kind of like Amanda and I's right hand in this area, and she lives close. And at some point in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to try and do an interview with Dacia on crazy days. So.
Andrea says, will I be grafting more fruit trees this February? Any updates on previous grafting projects? All my grafting projects have taken.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I want to do any more grafting or not.
The apples, we're going to see how well. We've got one out by the smokehouse that was a crab apple that you put apples in. It actually put on blooms last year, but with the funky weather, they didn't take. So we're hoping this year they will. Most all these that you've done, all the grafts took on those. They put leaves on this past year, so this should be the year that maybe they'll bloom.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
What other grafting did you do?
Well, I grafted just about everything around here. The one thing that I have failed to get to take is persimmon.
Yeah. We've got a lot of wild persimmon.
We've got so many wild persimmons around here. I've been trying to graft tame ones onto them, just simply for deer and for us and hogs and everything like that. But the persimmon is a very, very difficult tree to graft, so I'm having a little bit of problem with it. But anything else, I have like 100% success rate.
Okay, somebody's asked, and Amanda says the last day to apply for the oil study is January the 8th, and it is 3 different studies. You can choose the sleep study, the digestive study, or the pain study, and you receive samples for whichever study you decide for 1 week, and then you are part of a group and you can discuss that in the group. Let's see. Andrew said, my trees didn't fruit. They flower, but no fruit. The Japanese beetles destroyed the produce, trying to create a hardier type. So. Yeah,
that's what I graft different species onto different things. Some of my trees have up to 3 different, like apples have
one apple does, yeah.
Have up to 3 different apples on one tree.
Okay, so she's explaining a little more to them. All right, so we are past our time.
Yep, we done run past our time here. Time for old Danny boy to get back to work. I was trimming my muscadines, and it seems like every time I go to trim them, I get stopped.
Azaline says, is there a cost for the study? No, there is not.
No.
Just contact me at Deep
Essential oils is going to be the way of the future, my friends.
Go ahead.
For homesteading survival, essential oils, listen to what I'm telling you, is going to be the way to survive in the future with the coming shortages. Stock up now.
Sherry said they got a tornado warning. The winds are awful and a lot of rain. I'm not sure where she's at. I'm hoping that doesn't come here in the next few days. Okay, so guys, we'll talk more. There's going to be more on Crazy Days. There's going to be more on Deep South. And if you're a patron, there's going to be more there.
Yep.
We're going to try and keep it all going. Get our gardening started this year. Try to fix the barn. Hi, old school with the new twist. Isn't that what I just saw?
That's right. Yeah.
So we're going to try to. It's right there.
Oh, somebody approved it. Okay.
Yeah, some of them.
I was looking at it, just disappeared all of a sudden.
Yeah. They're wanting to know, do oils expire? No.
Not if they're done right.
Yeah. Now you want good essential oils.
Yes.
Some people order things off Amazon for $10 and $12. Those are not guaranteed to have that much oil in them. So you want a good, pure essential oil.
Yes.
And we're going to start trying to do some more. Amanda's going to be here in January. Hopefully she and I will do some things on Deep South. Not Deep South, on Crazy Days. And if you check out Amanda's channel, she's starting to do more essential oil projects and things like that. And she has a group on Facebook called Amanda Clark's Freedom Essential Oils, I believe. I think that's the name of it, where she talks about all the different ways you can use oils and how to use them, because a lot of people don't know how to use them. So we're trying to educate people. Whether you know how or you don't, this is a good way to get involved with a good group of people sharing their oil experiences.
Yes.
So,
yes, because I mean, in the near future, there may not be the availability of doctors like we have now, and medicines and stuff like that because of what's coming. Stock up now on your essential oils and make sure you get the highest quality. doTERRA does carry one of the highest qualities that we know of right now, and we are going to be ramping up ourselves.
Yes, and I'm building my stash as Amanda's building hers. A lot of my subs already are starting to build their stash, so they know they have what they need for any of the, I guess, other than surgeries and major illnesses,
Yeah.
anything that is what I would consider a minor issue. There's an herb for that, or an oil.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Got a lot to do. I gotta go finish trimming my grapevines, muscadines, not grape. We call them grapes, but muscadines.
Muscadines.
Gotta go work on that.
And I gotta edit, or y'all won't have a movie.
That's right.
What is today? Today is Friday.
Today is Friday.
I gotta do a video for tomorrow. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I gotta edit.
Yep.
Danny's gotta do stuff.
I gotta go get busy.
And if
I don't do it, nobody will do it for me.
Nope, probably not.
Nope, we don't have nobody but just us.
But we're going to be tomorrow night live talking about the past year and the year in the future, if the weather is okay. Be looking for us at 8 o'clock Central at Deep South Homestead.
See you guys later.